Gonna play a session of 4 tables of 200 NL. First recording of the year 2025. Just punted like 1.2k on zone earlier this arvo. Hopefully we can make some of that back tonight. Probably won't be playing too long either. Decided to pop on the recording because was low-key punting near the end of that session from a little bit of tilt. So hoping to do a little bit better, obviously. Opens blind on blind with 10s. We're going to be checking obviously our whole range on the 6, 7, 8 board. We have a gutty to the straight, obviously turning top set, that's not bad either. On a 4-liner to a straight with a 9x, I don't think we're going to be betting anyways, so we're checking basically everything here. I would assume the blind is going to be, the big blind is probably going to be betting a lot of his cards here. Like for example, something like Queen Jack off, you know, King Queen off, and so on, that type of shit. He could have like a lot of 2 pairs. We do roll a little bit higher. He did block bet a little bit. I think there's not really too much merit in raising, so we're gonna call. The ace is not really sure how we feel about the ace, to be honest. His ace highs that we're bluffing probably got there, and we'll check down. Don't think there was too much value to be had. Obviously we're calling most bets, though, if he does bet after we check. Yeah, absolutely properly punted on that last session on zone. Basically like 2 hours ago-ish. Yeah, probably should have recorded. I think I wouldn't have done as much undisciplined shit. Deep stack is limping, so it's gonna get marked. Probably defending against all 3 bets here with the 8s. Against this shorty, I would have gotten it in. This guy just played a lot of hands. Very good for our range. Against the shorty, I might actually just check this down. I'm hoping to get the showdown. I don't think I'll be folding to any bets though. Given the propensity. Obviously this is a small sample size, but we are unblocking spades. We are blocking 7-8 obviously, but we're unblocking like ace 10, 9, 10, jack 10. Call 1 straight. We rolled low with the ace jack off, so we're just gonna protect the blind on the top right. We're gonna be ISOing the limper on the bottom left. We're also going to be ISOing this limper on the top left as well on board 1. So what did he do? He checked. So all of his draws that would have bet there has missed. There's not so much merit in betting for value, I would say. So he had air. As played when we flat the blind here, I think ace jack is probably the top of our range, apart from 4s and ace 4. So we're going to be calling. I don't think we're going to be folding to most bets. Ace 3 here against the limper, we are going to be doing a range bet, so we are completely dominating his range. We have a black door for a straight flush draw as well. Probably barreling most cards. 3 wise, We could charge like 8-9 and Queen 9 and hearts now, but we do have a fair amount of equity where we can kind of show it down, I think. Very unsure about this. We could probably just triple barrel this and make him fold most hands. Rolling a high number on the bottom left on board 3, so we're going to 3-bet the 6-7 against the cutoff. We're going to be calling the ace-jack obviously here. He does instantly pot it, so as we can see 8-9 does get there. We're not too happy about the 8-9 getting there. Obviously 3 is pure bluff catcher. I think we're just gonna let this one go. Very interesting over here. So we unblock clubs on board 2. He has obviously continued with his story. We're losing obviously to quite a few hands, but we're blocking the main straight. So board 1 we're ISOing the limper again. We're blocking Jack 10, we unblock clubs. I think as played we are going to defend the ace jack. Ace 10 we're probably defending as well. Ace 9 and everything below we're probably going to be folding. Okay, yeah, so good that we kind of let him just bluff there. So button on the board 4 does go for a little bit more of a bigger kind of bet. So sizing down, usually we would 4x this. With blind against button, so we're gonna open the king queen here with a 3-bet here, and we also have a dead call in there. It's a very tough position. It's good that we rolled high, so we are going to just put it in here with the dead money. Otherwise we will probably just 4-bet and see if we can get it in, or if we rolled low without the dead call we are just gonna be calling, but with the dead money we're definitely just putting it in. With the 4 tables of just normal and not zone, I guess I get to explain a little bit more. Get to talk it through a bit more. Basically, bottom of our opening range, we're going to open the ace-2 suited on board 3. Gonna be opening the cutoff on board 4 with ace-king off. He does donk the 9-7 deuce. We have bottom pair and also a backdoor diamond draw. I was actually doing something else, so I didn't see if he snap bet. We're gonna peel one and just have a look at what goes on. We do turn a backdoor diamond draw, so I think we're gonna see a river. We're obviously beating hands like 10-8, 6-8, 4-5. Jack 10, something like that, and we're beating all his bluffs basically, and we also have some backdoor equity. I know he does bet 100%, which is a little bit. Honestly, I don't know. We're gonna obviously see the diamond. Beautiful, nice. Okay, so running a little bit better than this Arvo. Obviously nothing to do but ship. It's good that 10-8 obviously does get there for him as well. It's very weird that he's blocking now. So I think he probably got there with Jack 10 and he just wants to see a cheap kind of showdown. So as with most of our missed draws, I think we might just polarize and put it in. Okay, so he probably got there with like Jack 10 or something like that. Usually dong players like that, I don't think they're actually very strong. Sometimes ace king is strong enough to call down. I'm not very sure about that though. Folding these two. Opening a6 off here, especially three-handed. Might find a new table here. Now, three-handed formation, king 9-9, it's very good for me. I do have a bit of showdown value, and I can bluff some diamonds. So, if I rolled a bit lower, I might check it back, but ace high could still be good. With the a6 high, I think we might just want to fold out like a7, ace8. That type hands. Probably going to be checking back most turns. Okay, it's a very weird raise. So he's saying basically has 9x, right? So, I don't think facing a raise a6 is actually strong enough to call. So we're gonna let this one go. Board 1, four-handed, we are going to open the queen 10 off. Unsure about this though. Opening ace 8 off, three-handed on board 3. Might actually just stay on this. Rolled low here. This hand's probably 3 bet or fold. Defending the big blind with 5s here. Flopping bottom set. And opening queens on board 4. Rolling high, so we're gonna be check raising this. Technically we should have more queen jack offs than him, I guess. Here's rainbow. We did roll high, so we're gonna raise this time. Wonder if that was correct. Oh, table 1's dying. What's this guy doing? Obviously not a good flop. We do have queen of clubs. We did roll low. We're gonna check this back. Probably not folding to any turn bet. Obviously not now. So I'm blocking ace-x, so I'm gonna size it up, especially against a rec. This guy's gonna get a questionable tag. Blind on blind. We roll low, we're gonna see bet a little bit. 7-4-6, terrible board for us. I'm checking this back always. King's obviously good for us, so the 8's not the best card for us, so we're gonna check this one to him. We're beating club draws, obviously. Board 3, we roll low on the king. Even though it's good for us, we're gonna check it. So ace king, we're basically just trying to get it to showdown now. I don't think we want to put money in here with the jack, especially with club getting there, and we don't block clubs. One of them with a club, I think we're gonna bluff. Yeah, alright, somehow we're good. Trying to find a good table. This one seems alright. We rolled high. Was this the recreational player? We're gonna defend 5-6 off against the min raise on board 1. We rolled high, so we're gonna 3-bet the king 8 suited on board 3. And opening ace 8 suited blind on blind. We get it through. When we see this low, I think we just give up. Basically no good turns. Even if we turn like a 7 or an 8. Yeah, like an 8 doesn't really give us much either. So we're basically just done with the pot. We did roll a little bit higher, but a recreational for 3-betting might be a little bit tighter. So we are just gonna fold that one. Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of hands, but board 1, we're 4-betting, 3-betting the king queen suited. Defending the king queen suited basically always against any 4-bets. It's a very big sizing. Yeah, I mean, obviously not happy about it. I don't think in any scenario we fold king queen suited though, given positions. So we're gonna appeal. Obviously we flop air. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we ever rip this. I think we're just going to be done with this. If we rolled a like 90 or 95 or above, I think we would have maybe raised this board since it's technically better for us, but it's very dicey. Rolled low, we're going to defend the 5-4 suited. Opening Queen Jack suited on board 3. Excellent board for obviously the blind. Although obviously you can get also wider as well. We're going to peel 1 with our bottom pair. Basically only hoping to just turn a 4, a miraculous 4 or something like that. With the 8 turn and clubs as well, we're just going to be done with it, I think. Even if he does check, I don't think we should get any funny ideas. Basically, like with this board, I think he just gets to bet very small and just like make me fold stuff. He doesn't really need to risk much at all. Like, I would be under a lot of pressure even if he's just like 30%. Triple barreled. Obviously, when he does 30, I don't think any baby A's would fold with the price. So it was a lot slower than my other videos so far. Hey? Opening Jack 10 suited on board 4. Opening Ace Queen suited, blind on board 1. Yikes. That board too was pretty gross. So we flop a straight on board 2 after opening ace 3 suited. He does donk. I don't think we ever have any raises on this board, so we're gonna flat. If he does raise, we might back raise potentially. We rolled high on board 3. We're gonna 3-bet the ace 8 off. Blind on blind. King is obviously good for us. He does overcall here, so he is more likely to have diamonds. He does polarize here, so he either is free rolling us with a3 of diamonds, or he has like 6x of diamonds or something like that. With the pot size bet, I think we need to stay balanced still and just flat. Obviously we're very upset when we see a diamond. Okay. It's very interesting that it does pair. So I think the merit here is to check and let 6-7 and mixed diamonds bluff. I don't think if I bet I get anything else to call, if that makes sense. So because everything misses here, obviously we're just gonna be calling here, I think, unless they do like some ridiculous really small size. Yeah, okay. So basically I guess if we got it in, he was probably calling, but unsure of how I played that. But I think given his sizings, that I don't think we can raise anyways. But then again, I guess as played, he's probably not folding his sets if he did that. We did roll a little bit higher, so I think against the bigger sizing, we're just going to call. Otherwise, we were going to fold. So I checked the 5s here, and he checked it back. What we're going to do here was we're going to start stabbing with 5s. Obviously, we're not beating any of his pairs. We're just going to check fold on board 2 now. Board 1, I don't think there's any credible bets I would be able to do. So basically, it's almost just a check fold spot, I think. So basically, we're beating like, we're beating like Queen Jack that miss, and that's about it. So limp. This guy limped as well. Defending the blind here with King Jack. Even though it's King High, I think we fold with no backdoors here at all. Literally hoping just to it run around a straight. Obviously we could be folding, over folding in this spot a lot, but there's not too much we can do out of position. This I think we ISO on the button. Not too sure if we're putting too much money in here with Queen Jack off, although that might just be way too tight. Probably most hands are strong enough to ISO this anyways. Ace 3 off, blind on blind. We did roll a medium number. I think we're just going to defend. Against a small bet, I think we might defend. Yep, here's C-bet. So we're ahead of hands, obviously, like 9-8, 4-5, so on. Calling one straight. If he barrels again, obviously with the king, I don't think we can hold on any longer. Even though we're ahead of his bluffs, it's just, yeah, I don't think, because like, if I defend this turn bet, and he just bombs a river, any river here, the ace, baby high, we can't really do much anymore. If he does check, it's very interesting, since the king is supposed to be so good for him. It's weird that he's tanking for so long. It's usually a sign of weakness that they tank for so long and check. We're gonna check this back still. So hearts miss and spades miss. 8-9 obviously got there. 4-5 bricked. Jack 10 obviously got that turn a straight open ender. Hit a pair. Not too much merit in me betting the triple Broadway kind of run out. I think ace highs are gonna be alright-ish in showdown. We're not calling this bet obviously, because even if he's bluffing like 7x or 6x, we're beat. Yeah, we're just gonna let this go. Ace king of spades, nothing to do but 3-bet blind on board 4. Looking to get it in if he does 4-bet blind up because it's blind on blind. Yeah, we're just gonna be getting it in here. Give it a few. This guy's first hand. Oh. Good luck, us. Ace or king. Nice. Really good decision. My favorite hand. So this guy had queens. Just gotta note that down. Wow, this guy has not played many hands at all. This guy has been playing a lot of hands. Terrible flop. We did bet. We RNG 90, but we're not betting this. Check calling, probably one or two streets, and then just evaluating. Obviously not happy, so hoping for a brick run out, to be honest. ISOing this limper on board 2, checking again on board 3. Well, against a large bet, I don't think we can really hold on any longer, just because obviously, like, I think most of his flop bets would have made a pair by now, which we're behind. All of his kind of bigger diamonds would have 3-bet pre, so like queen jack of diamonds, so on and so on. Yeah, I think we're gonna fold this. Yeah, not too many actual rivers that we would have been happy to see. Limper does donk into me when I ISO'd him. We did flop a flush draw and we rolled high, so we're going to attack that donk. He did donk what, like 18%, so we're gonna raise this up straight away. Apply a bit of pressure. He could be donking this with even just 4x or you know, like 7s or something like that, or 6s. We do flop a baby ace. Was he big blind? I'm gonna check back the baby ace with no backdoor spade draw as well. I think we have to bet the king, basically always, just because, yeah, we're probably gonna be doing it without bluffs as well. Question is sizing, so we roll a bit lower, we're gonna be betting a bit smaller. So for example, like queen jack, jack 10, 7, 8, 6, 6, 7, we would still barrel the king. And then with the baby ace on any river, I think we just try to check back, I think. Unless there was some timing tell of some sort. Ace queen board, very good for me. Against Rex usually, I think we would always just bet this board no matter what we rolled. We did roll a 12 though, very, very low. With no hearts, I think we could check this a fair amount, especially in between two players. He does bet pretty big. So this is like a raise or fold spot, I think. We did roll a 94. Just thinking if I raise, then like big blind jam's not gonna be comfy. We basically have 3 cleanouts, right? So we're gonna see a turn, and then we're probably gonna fold to any other bet. Obviously, we could be ahead of shit like 4 or 5 of hearts or something like that. But we're not really beating too much. This guy was supposed to get scared now that 2 people called him. So clearly he has just some ace of some sort, so we're just gonna let this one go. Yeah, drawing to 3 outs probably wasn't ideal. Yeah, I'm not even sure if the call was good. I think he should have been raise or fold. Probably would have raised if this guy was a bit deeper. It's just, if I raised, this guy can jam. Ace 10 off, I think we almost always 3-bet this, blind on blind. Against big blind on a 8-3, 8-3, 10 for dry board, we're gonna size it up with a high number that we rolled. So we flop a combo draw. We did roll big as well, as we have a lot of equity and it's against the big blind, so we're going to abuse him and size it up. Instantly folding the king queen off here against the under the gun 4 bets. Intending on probably overbetting most turns. The ace turn obviously is one of them. We're basically, yeah, like overbetting, for example, like 8s. Credibly probably repping maybe like ace queen as well. Basically we have all the strong hands red, so it's very difficult for him to hang on here, obviously, but if we brick and he does call this and we brick river, I think we have to give up, obviously. In the most ideal world, it's going to be an offsuit 9 that comes because it's so hidden, or offsuit king. But yeah, like basically we have so much fold equity here. When the river does fully brick for our draw, we basically have to give up always. Board 1, very small 3-bet. So we're always going to defend. Fairly good board for us. We have a lot of backdoor draws. Even depending on sizing, we could check raise just for protection. Although I prefer a check call. When he checks it back, we do roll a little bit more of a lower number. Just thinking if I should lead this river. I think we might just check this through again. We are going to fold because of the 5x. He does size it up with a deuce. We're still going to call because we do turn a gut shot now as well. He did have a very weird line here. I'm going to check it and evaluate. I'm actually quite likely to call this as well because his line just doesn't really make any sense unless he had like 9s. Multi-way pot, even though I'm a little bit more in position, I'm still going to check the king jack on board 4. Wow, this is just so weird. What would you have? Because I'm obviously blocking 6-7, although he did 3-bet pre. I'm beating hands like ace-5 suited if you turn that into a bluff. It's sad that we're blocking the club. A little bit more inclined to kind of call this and see what's going on. It's very weird. Yeah, okay, so he did have the 9. Yeah, very unsure about that call. Quite surprised with the discipline for him to check back that 9 when he flopped the top pair. That needs quite a bit of protection. I guess it's a sizing tell. So what happened here? So we checked back the flop, we turned the heart draw, which we call, which is very good for us, and he checks, he bets again. I think with this run out, it's just a rip. Obviously, ace high heart draws are beating us now. I think they have a lot of two pairs. No snap obviously is good. So we're just targeting maybe, for example, like Jack 9, 5 7, Queen 10. Betting small here with Jack of Diamonds as well. ISOing on board 2. We turn the ace. Rolling low, we're just going to check the ace back deceptively. And then we're going to be calling all rivets. Queen X obviously is not the best for us. We're blocking the diamonds, which we could very well have as well. Against the block, we roll high. I think it's a little bit thin, but we're gonna go for the value raise with ace jack off. This might be a total punt. If he back raises, we're folding. Okay. The block there looked like a baby ace that would have been chopping and it was out kicked. Yeah, again, decent-ish size for me to kind of call and try and set mine. This guy has fairly reggy-ish stats, a little bit more aggro. Very slightly more aggro. Flop air. Without a 4 of diamond, I think we're going to be check folding this as well. Oh, such a tiny sizing, but no. Yeah, we basically lose everything. guy's 3-bet me twice in a row now. Ace Jack suited is kind of that hand where it's good enough to call. Probably don't really want to bloat the pot too much. We can flop some pretty nice stuff. That is not one of them. This guy has C-bet 5 out of 8. Ace high sometimes is good. We don't have any backdoor hearts or anything like that, so the king high is really good for him, so we're just going to give this up again. Yeah, it would be like we would literally just have to bluff spades or something like that, which is not ideal. Probably gonna be the last orbit-ish for me. I might play one more orbit and then I might hop off. We'll let this one get through one more bit. Oh, goodness. Kind of nice flop for me. King Queen suited. We are gonna be 3-betting here. Peeling all 4 bets here because of the stack depth, although we're getting very, very uncomfortable playing that deep. We also look very nutted when we do 3-bet that deep, obviously, as well. So pretty good recording sesh tonight. Made back probably half of what I lost this afternoon. Yeah, so just lost a little bit. Raising it up with the 6s against the limper that was on blind and blind. I think we raised basically every single hand here. Pretty good to have 6 of spades. I think we can stab small against the limper. Just for a little bit of protection bet on like, I don't know, random offsuit kind of pairs that come off. Weird that he raises. It just doesn't make really any sense whatsoever. We're gonna be calling again. He should technically be shutting off unless he had king of spades here, just because if he limped, I'm more likely to have the big spades. Of course, that might just be me leveling myself the other time. With 6 of spades, I think we're happy to check this back. Not sure if I need to turn it into a bluff at all. Opening kings first on board 1. We're just going to have a look at what he normally does on flop. Check raise, he doesn't really do too much. He always c-bets basically, so he's fairly aggressive. Yeah, so basically air. Rolling a little bit more small. Again, c-betting on this board always. 3-betting this. Whoa, this guy's... Oh yeah, this is the knit from before. So, I'm not gonna roll. If he 4-bets, I'm gonna be calling. Very good board for us. Going through with a c-bet. Sometimes we could check back to 2 because it's better for the big blind. We're gonna be sizing up because we did roll a bit higher. Against the knit here, we can size probably up down a little bit as well. Gonna go for 2/3 with top. I think we're gonna go for 3 streets. Because he's the knit, I think aces would have 4-bet definitely pre. He could be having ace king here. Wonder if I could have done like 33%. That is a very nutty raise. Um, so 4-6 obviously got there and we're dead. Doesn't have many check raise stats on turn. I think king is too good to fold. Kings are too good to fold. Diamonds get there. He should be fairly scared of the diamonds, I guess. I'm really hoping he checks this. Wonder what he raises with. Yeah, I think all his bluffs kind of get there. That's the whole point. Yeah, so if he checks, it's actually really good. I think there's nothing much for us to do other than to check it back. He could just be checking his 2 pairs, but then I don't think we would have the discipline to fold anyways the 2 pairs, so there's no point bluffing. Queen X probably is not calling a bet anyways, so I think kings with the diamond is just a check. Actually, kings anyways is just a check here, I think. Wow. That's unfortunate. It's a rough one. That was a gross turn. Yeah, I think that's basically it for the session, guys. If you want to watch more, subscribe and give the video a like, and I'll probably keep posting maybe at least once a week. But yeah, see you guys in the next video.